And we have Steven here today because you made some of the rules last time and you still jumped ship.
Full disclosure, I did this diet for about 2 days.
Day one of our 40-day challenge.
Dinner.
It seems simple enough.
Yes.
40 days, a few simple rules, just trying to get back on track and refocus. What we didn't plan for were the things that real life would throw at us. Sickness, moving through the
A
house,
little over a mile
again, lingering injuries,
I don't know what to do about
exhaustion, and motivation that didn't always show up when we wanted it to. Some days not at all. And while we may not have finished this challenge side by side, we did start it together. And somewhere along the way, we learned that growth isn't always about perfect results. Sometimes it's just about continuing to show up through imperfect seasons.
There we go. Day 40 workout is complete.
Well, welcome back to the 40-day reset wrap up. It's been 40 days. It's been more than 40 days. And we just wanted to sit down and kind of recap how it went. Mm-hmm. It was a thing. It was a thing. So, and we have Steven here today. Yay! We missed him. I've missed him. He hasn't gone anywhere. He just hasn't been in videos. He's still been here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. 40 days of focus. It was kind of a reset that I kind of came up with because I developed some bad habits again. I had not been super consistent with my workouts. And I wanted to have something that could kind of get me back on track. And Steven was like, I'll do it with you. So it was 5 workouts a week, protein forward breakfast. There was a handful of breakfasts, salads for lunch, balanced dinners, snacks were fruits and vegetables. Oh, no sweets. And then no, why are you laughing, Annie? No sweets. And then no creamer in my coffee, no flavored creamer. So it was half and half only, or black.
Right. Yes. And so Lisa's telling the truth. I did say, hey, I'll do that with you.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like something I should
You
do.
even changed my rules for my snacks. You remember?
That's what's messed up about this whole
Uh-huh.
thing. And so full disclosure, I did this diet for about 2 days.
Not in a row either.
No. And so, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And, which normally is fine. What's really hard is when you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And so that has made things really, really hard for Lisa, content wise. Also, like she said at the beginning of it, I always give her a hard time because I drink black coffee. It's my high horse because I don't like putting stuff in it. And so I was just like, well, if we can't have sweets, you can't have creamer. And that's like her guilty pleasure. But anyways, and so that was kind of messed up of me because and then I made her do it even though I quit the diet immediately. So anyways, so that's been...
Well, and I wanted other things for snacks too. I wanted not just fruits and vegetables only. I think I had like cottage cheese could be a snack, a cheese stick. I had a few other things and you were like, no snacks at all. How about no snacks at all? And I was like, okay, how about fruits and vegetables only for snacks? And you're like, okay, fine.
Hey, but my plan worked for you.
Hey, I lost 5 pounds in 40 days. So, which in some regards doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think of, it was a little less than 6 weeks. So that was a little less than a pound a week, which for long-term sustainable healthy weight loss, the goal would be no more than 2 pounds per week. 1 pound per week is the recommended. The proverbial days recommend that. So 5 pounds over the course of 40 days. But most importantly for me, I think was getting myself back into that habit of regular exercise, even though there were some weeks where we didn't get it, where I was not successful in that either. To be fair to you, I mean, part of it was attitude, but also part of it was really busy. It's been a very, 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 very busy month and a half. You know, we've talked about this before, but obviously we have a toddler. We also have 3 teenagers, and one of them is a senior in high school who, so senior year, like all the things crazy. Steven, we haven't talked a lot about this, but Steven's in school. He has got one class left before he'll have his master's. And this last like couple classes that he's had were really, really labor intensive. I wouldn't say they were hard mentally, intellectually, but a lot of work, a lot more work than he's probably had most of, you would say. That's most true. Of it. A very busy season at work, a lot of things going on that he's been juggling, and then just the house and life in general. And then we had a lot of sickness, like a lot of sickness. We all were sick at one point. The kids all got really sick at one point. Jackie was super sick. Missing school, the big kids, back and forth to the doctor multiple times. I was at urgent care 3 times in 1 week with 3 different kids. Joe broke her foot at prom. It's been a lot. Yeah. It's been a lot.
Yeah. And we had a long conversation here just a second ago, but one of the key words I think for me is even just like motivation, where like when I think about like just the things I think about in general, like I'm only motivated for like highly for a few different things at a time. And so that's one of the things that I missed about last summer. And especially when we first started the channel is like, man, fitness and all those things were really high on my, my list as far as like the things I was excited to do, things that I'm thinking about continually. And then just as my mind has been cluttered even over these last couple months, like, and not really even being able to work out like I have, I don't know. It's like, it's just dropped probably way too low on my priority list to my detriment. But anyway.
Yeah. You mentioned like motivation being a factor, but it hasn't just been like you haven't been motivated to do anything. You've been very limited with your knee. And we talked a little bit about that. And you talked about that the first few weeks. You did get some runs in, but you were struggling with your knee. Yeah. And that's been really frustrating because it feels like it hasn't gotten better, or what you would think.
Yeah. And so back, I think I heard it on that snowboarding trip. And there's definitely some jolting times when I was falling on it when I was snowboarding, but when I came back, I had that broken rib, and that really took up all my, like, that's what we thought really, everything was. It's just like, okay, my knee kind of hurt, but it wasn't anything in comparison to my rib. And then as it's gone on, I've had some days where it's just fine. Like I don't really feel it during the day. It hurts the most at night when I sleep. And then just a few times, like if I'm on my knees and just some random things, but it's just, it's almost a non-factor in just regular daily life. Right. But it is like when it comes to like running and stuff. And so that's been weird. And so when I removed the running part of my daily routine, like what I loved about that was it's just like, I don't have to think about it. I know where I'm going to go. I know what I'm going to do. It's really, I wake up at 4:30 and then I just go run. And just depending on the calendar, I already know how far I'm going to run and different things. And so that's been removed. And so I just never did anything to write out a new workout calendar or try to do any upper body stuff or anything. It's just like, okay, I was just waiting for it to heal and get better. And then it just hasn't gotten better. That's been annoying because I kept thinking it was going to be. And then it doesn't seem to make sense to complain to about my knee to Lisa because her knee,
I don't know, maybe yours is worse than mine now.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But the whole time I was going, well, either way, my knee's going to be in better shape than Lisa's knee. And I still think, I'd say it probably have a better future for my knee than yours. I hope.
Especially now with my fall, my recent.
I hope.
Which there's an update for my knee. I've been doing really good. And in fact, the last week of the challenge, I started doing a little obsessed, which is like kind of a you just stop doing that.
What?
A precursor to 80-Day Obsession, which I love. 80-Day Obsession. I love that program so much. It's a Beachbody program, not a coach, never have been, never will be, but they have great programs. Anyways, 80-Day Obsession. And so the last week of the challenge, I did this 5-day little obsessed, and I was so excited because my friend and I are going to do 80-Day Obsession again. And it was just a good like little warm up to it. And I was really excited because I was like, man, I love these workouts, and I did really great. And then at the beginning of this week, it'll be last week by the time you watch this video, but the week that our daughter, in fact, the day that our daughter was graduating from tech school. So she's been in high school, but also the last 2 years she's been attending Tulsa Tech. She was graduating that night from Tulsa Tech, and I was coming down the stairs with the baby monitor and turning it off and thought I was at the bottom step, and I was not. So I went down on both my knees, and my bad knee, my leg, like I landed on it with it behind me, which it doesn't bend all the way like that. I mean, it did, but it's not supposed to. There was a pop. There was a lot of tears because I thought for sure I was at the bottom of the stairs thinking I completely just blew out my knee. Like I'm done for. But anyways, it's been okay. It's swollen again, and it's been sore. And I noticed, just this week trying to work out, I definitely feel the difference. And I have not been able to run. And that was part of it too with this challenge. I felt like it just kept our lives were just getting busier and busier and busier. And I was still getting up most mornings, at least, and working out. There was a few days maybe 1 or 2 weeks with all the sickness where I got 1 hour of sleep and I did not work out that day. And I was fine with that. But my running has gotten fewer and farther in between. And so I was really looking forward to things slowing down to get back into running. But now I'm a little concerned that I'm going to have to kind of start back at square one with my knee and running. So
for you, do you think that this 40-day challenge was beneficial?
Yes. Now, it didn't go as I hoped. It didn't, even though I was not as consistent as I had hoped to have been. I was fairly.
Because you felt abandoned?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I think for the most part, I really did stay on track for the most part. I did not cheat a bunch. I did not, veer off track. I think the last week of the challenge, I did have some sweets. I had a little bit of a crumble cookie, which is still in the freezer. We should probably get that out. Anyways, that was the day of prom for Joe. So I took her to get her hair done. I didn't run as much as I would have liked to. I feel like the last couple weeks were more challenging with dinners, staying on track with a good, healthy, balanced dinner. But part of that was just our schedule was getting busier and busier, and we had a lot of things going on and a lot of kids being sick. And so it was survival mode. But all of that to say, I don't think it was a waste of time for me. I'm still really glad that I did it. I think there was still a lot of benefit to it. I did not change my taste buds when it came to coffee. I've been drinking creamer again every day, and it's been so good. I'm enjoying my coffee again. So I kind of hoped that after 40 days of not having coffee creamer, even though I did cheat twice on the coffee creamer.
Well, then it doesn't count.
It does. I told everybody that I was cheating.
Yeah, but then it doesn't change your taste buds.
Anyways, okay, 38 days without coffee creamer.
Hey, I went 38 days. Sorry, go ahead.
You don't drink coffee creamer. It doesn't count. I would have thought after an average of 40 days of not drinking coffee creamer that I hoped it would change my taste buds a little bit, but no, I just did not enjoy my coffee. I still drank it every morning. There were some days it tasted fine. It wasn't the worst thing. It wasn't the end of the world, but it sucked a lot of joy out of my mornings for sure. So I'm back to coffee creamer. And the first couple days I went a little buck wild nutrition wise, that first weekend being off of the challenge. And I'm working on getting back on track because, again, it's been very, very busy. Even just this week, the first, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we did not eat at home because of schedules, so it's been just busy. I think it was worthwhile. I would like to do it again, maybe with some different parameters. I need to drink more water. I've been slacking on my water, but I want to do it when he's ready to jump on board with me too. And I'll let him make some of the rules. Well, no, maybe I won't let you make the rules because you made some of the rules last time and you still jumped ship. I told him, he said, I decided to take a little bit more of a back seat. And I said, I don't feel like you took a back seat. I feel like you jumped out of the car on the freeway. Anyways, but that's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. All that to say, it was a good 40 days. I'm glad it's over. I will do it again, change some things maybe. And And we don't know what's next. We honestly don't even know what our next video is going to be yet. And we may take a week or two off. I don't know. With a kid graduating high school and all the things, it's extremely busy. But here, once summer starts, it's going to be busy, but it'll be a different kind of busy. And we're excited to kind of sit down, I think, and start future planning. What is the word I'm trying to think of? Vision casting. Yes. Vision casting for what's next for our channel. Yeah. But we're glad you're here. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you're not already. And I don't know what's coming, but hopefully it'll be something.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm Steven.
And I'm Lisa. And we're running our second half strong-ish. What was I talking about? But as it gets hotter, I do a lot better at drinking my water.
I don't think I was doing that. Because I'm Steven.
And I'm Lisa.
And we're running our second half strong.
I wasn't ready for that at all. We got to wrap it up a little bit better, don't we?